Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pairfect, Daily Tribune's digital show where we dive deep with pioneers and innovators making waves in their fields. I'm Dinah Ventura. Joining me today are contemporary artist and designer Leeroy, known for his remarkable large-scale upcycled installation art, the president and executive director of the Lopez Group Foundation and Lopez Museum and Library, Miss Cedie Lopez-Vargas, and Rey Donaire, the visionary behind Project Nova Upcycled, specializing in bike bags made from inflatable kayaks. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Thank you, Dina. Thank you
It's
for
an
having
honor
us.
to have such great talent with us today. Leeroy. So, can you tell us about your journey into contemporary art and what inspired you to focus on upcycled installation art?
Um, well, I'm originally from General Santos City,
Okay.
and I grew up watching sci-fi films and
Okay.
fantasy. There were no art galleries or art institutions in General Santos City. Kaya a lot of my work took on the form of world building. Kumbaga, I build large-scale public art, immersive spaces, and doing large-scale public art, you end up uh, producing a lot of waste. No? Some sculptural practices end up producing a lot of waste products. So at a certain point in my art practice, I decided to challenge myself to strictly focus on natural, indigenous materials, as well as upcycled or like collected waste products. We have a lot of plastic bottles and plastic containers, and so a lot of my current projects feature this combination of bamboo, rattan, but also manipulated plastic waste.
Okay, the discarded garbage that you made
Yeah.
into something beautiful.
Yes,
Okay.
into something completely different naman from what
Yeah.
it was originally.
And Miss Cedie, what is Leroy's participation in Artefino this year?
He's all over Artificial. Yeah, I think Leeroy participated last year. He was starting
Okay.
to work on his Your Sacred Heart iconography. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we enjoyed, watching him do his work and installing the booth of Rags to Riches. No? So this year we asked him again through Rags to Riches, Reese Fernandez, if he would like to join us. And he said, yes, we are so happy about that. And so today he's doing, he's using that Sacred Heart iconography, the religious iconography. And we want that to echo with our Heartefino nonprofit
Right, right. Your advocacy.
the advocacy. No? And then where Leeroy will build that in is into the entrance and the central display of the products that will be featured at Artefino. So this is something that's exciting and something we all look forward to tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, and you've always had a central display in every Artefino
Yes,
event,
that's right. Yeah.
So before Leroy, who were featured?
We've had last year we featured Gino Gonzalez,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
scenographer. We've also had Ito Kish and Win Ong.
Yes.
Yeah. So we try to look for a new perspective or a fresh look
Yes.
for Artefino every year or every time we present.
But it's also, is it right to assume that or to conclude that you always incorporate art into the fashion things that can be found in the fair?
Yeah, because Artefino is not really fashion. No? It's just that that's how people express themselves, and so that's why
Alright.
it becomes such a big thing. But what we're trying to do is to draw attention to the other products that are part of Artefino and that tell just a story and just a
Right.
strong a message. No?
So
As
it's all
fashion.
about really sharing the stories of our
Absolutely, yeah.
artistic talents and
Yes, yeah.
creative
Yes.
industries.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And sir,
That's
Hello.
Ray and his story.
your story is very interesting.
Oh.
Can you tell us how you started out with your
Project Nova.
project? Nova?
Oh, yeah. Well, we are always on the water. So we have access to kayaks that are actually very durable, and the material is quite unique. And so we've been guiding for over 10 years, and after a while, these kayaks degrade. And it has always been a plan, a company plan, before 2020 that yeah, we should clean up our act, go circular and all that. And we just didn't have the time because we were too busy guiding trips, organizing trips. We were still we are still starting up then. So we are a small group, and we cater to very personalized kind of trips and experiencing our island. So 2020 gave us the time. So before 2020, before 2020, we were looking at people who'd like to work with the material. Actually, to be honest, like we have ideas of bags and this, and we want them to maybe design the bags for us. And then, yeah, as I said, 2020 gave us all the time and all the what do you call this? Span of time to be creative, work with a bag, and learn learn something new. Thanks to YouTube University, so we got to learn hand stitching. You know, like how this material will work with pairing with other materials that is also discarded, and also how do we level up, the group's capacity to make a bag.
I mean, who are the people in this group that you're talking
Oh
about?
yeah, it's my fellow kayak guides. My kasama namin sa guiding in Bohol.
Okay.
So all of us have to weather this lull in the travel industry. So we had to keep ourselves together. We have to support each other, and I think that's one thing that I'm very proud of. This company, this group that I'm with, this organization that we've started in Bohol, because we keep challenging ourselves on how much more can we go beyond kayaking. It's not just taking tourists out on the water.
I like that idea.
Yeah, and also
And your community is composed of the people that make the bags.
yes,
right?
they were
And
guides.
they are your guides.
Yes,
Yeah.
staffs and everyone that makes the operations tick. From guest relations, staff members, and all that. And
Everyone involved in
everyone
Yeah.
involved,
Yeah.
and yeah, we have to give them something to do and keep engaged.
during the
Yeah.
pandemic when
Yeah.
there were no tourists. Galing. And
Yeah.
now it's a
And the
full-time thing.
and the products are beautifully
Yes.
Can you show us,
executed.
Ah,
Stitching,
yes.
the way
This
they're
is-
conceptualized. And I think even the insides of them are very clean.
yeah.
That was the first product.
Yeah.
When we thought of creating a bag, the first thing that comes to mind for us is how far has our skill improved before we design, actually, because it's a tough material to work with, and if we are to
Sure.
get a machine, it would cost us.
Yeah.
And with all the natural calamities happening, like brownouts,
Yeah.
power outages, said the only reliable thing is by working with our
Hand
hands.
stitch. This is hand stitch.
Hand stitched.
My
From
God.
from
Yeah.
start to finish, hand stitched. Yes. So
Yeah.
so no machines. I don't know. We've been asked for a long time, like, are you gonna go to that point? Like,
That's tough.
maybe, but because again, it's a tough material. You have to punch holes first and then stitch it, and so it took a while for the team to really get it straight, get a straight line, and how to do a curve. And because again, it's the material will tell you what it can be done
Yeah.
with the process that you're making it. And so our design goes through that also. So it's like, let's do it something like this maybe, and present it to the, can
The
you
bag
do?
sort of
Yeah.
shaped itself.
Yes, correct. Yeah, it's like
Okay.
reverse engineering. So
There's so much attention to detail,
I
right?
know,
Because these are the stress points,
yes,
no, of this bag. So you
yeah,
reinforce them.
reinforce. Yeah. So yeah.
Speaking of materials, Leeroy, you often incorporate materials that are considered waste by other people. So how do you select and repurpose these materials into your art?
It wasn't, I don't know, man, difficult to notice that there was an oversupply of plastic waste. We do not have the processing capacities in the country. I mean, not in large scale to accommodate all the waste that is being produced. Of course, the best solution would be to find alternatives to like plastic waste, to the use of plastic. But in the meantime, I try to harness my training in the arts to problem solve this abundance of plastic waste. And yeah, I do pieces that attempt to not purchase any new materials. So we source all these from junk shops, through the community by just asking them to collect all the bottles that they've consumed in the past months, and that's our art material. Yeah, and yeah, so actually, when I saw Project Nova's products, I actually got a bag last year.
I think I remember.
So because I really
It's
related
hard,
to
yeah.
the principle
Yeah,
of
exactly.
the of the project and the design and all that. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so sustainability, speaking of sustainability, Miss Cedie, how does your Lopez Foundation incorporate the concept of sustainability into its projects and outreach programs?
The foundation is actually an umbrella foundation, and there are a lot of advocacies underneath that, and a lot of them span the same things that we do at Artefino, no? And we're hoping to find projects that repurpose, recycle, and hopefully to create this culture of regenerative, regenerating the environment. No? So it spans education, arts and culture, livelihood, humanitarian assistance, as you know. No? So I can just go on, but I guess I'm just giving you a sense of how we do that, and it aligns with what we do in a corporate sense and what we do as well in Artefino.
Yes, again,
Yeah.
match.
Yes, yeah, it's all aligned.
Related. Okay, so, okay, speaking more about the material that you were telling us about,
Yes.
what unique challenges did you encounter in creating this product?
Well, yeah, the one main challenge is stitching and treating it.
Aligned.
Yeah. Actually, breaking up the kayak was one hard thing to do. Yeah, so you think it's already discarded, but piecing it out together takes a lot of work because yes, muscle, yeah. So cleaning up, gutting it, choosing which parts can be usable for which part of the bag. Initially, we didn't know that. We just used any part of the bag, any part of the kayak into a bag, and then we thought like. Eventually, we grew into like, oh, this part looks good to be in this part. This part,
Yeah.
yes. So that's one of the hardest part actually to be able to take it piece by piece and make it usable again. Because otherwise, if you don't do it properly,
So do you get to use all parts of the...
some parts we still keep because we still don't know what to do with it. Some of them, I think, you'll see it in this Artifino. We thought of, oh, this part looks like an apron. So, so we make a. So you see, we'll be introducing like a very hardcore.
Matching cosmetic bags.
Yeah. So yeah, it just over time it presents itself what it wants to
Yeah.
become.
Wants
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curriculum process nila.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it the same for you? Like when you look at your materials, your do they form in your
Yeah,
head
I guess no. I'm more problem solving on the spot. Like I need to get a feel of the material. I need to play with it, and yeah, you can only do so much with like designing on paper. A lot of the discoveries, the innovations happen when you actually interact with the material, and the um, the collected used materials that I've integrated into my work have taken on the form of wearable sculptural costumes, design objects, immersive installation. So there really is so many ways
endless.
Yeah.
that these can be integrated and applied in different applications pretty much. So like recently I've been moving towards more architectural applications,
Okay.
like those
Interesting.
giant
That's
blue gallons,
Yeah.
the water containers.
Yeah.
We have so much of those, and they're just being resold as planters or floaters
Oh,
for
nice.
That's right.
fishing
Yeah.
farms. You realize that there is actually no plants or factories that's dedicated to reprocessing that
Right.
material. So we're trying to use it as a construction material, like a kind of cladding or roofing material by
Do you
cutting it
think
up.
that like how do you think your art is influencing the way people regard sustainability and using
I
or
guess
managing their waste? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I guess in the creative industry, I hope that this will model ways of thinking, new ways of
New ways of
thinking.
thinking.
Yeah.
New. Yes.
I mean, it's not necessarily new, no. But there's a sense of urgency in kind of participating in solving these questions. I'm just one artist versus like all the big
the-
corporations that produce plastic,
I
right?
know.
There's only so much I can do, but in my own small way, in my own small practice, I try to,
Show.
live and practice this principle. As an example, like as hopefully a model that other artists, designers, creatives can reference and maybe take inspiration from.
Yeah.
And this is really what Artifino
Yeah.
attempts to do as well, no? To create the opportunities and the space for these kinds of conversations to happen.
Oh. Like
Yeah.
things like
Like
that.
really,
It's so
yeah.
interesting. Like I think people who visit Artifino this year will just really take a long time listening to all the stories behind
Yeah, there are
the
a
products
lot
that
of,
they'll see.
Yeah, wonderful stories and inspiring stories. Yeah.
And there will be
That
how
abound,
how
yeah.
many brand partners will we
Well,
have this year?
We're almost they're almost at 100, I think, no, feeding in, and a lot of like new, young, social impact entrepreneurs that are coming in.
It's
yeah.
so
And
inspiring
it's-
to
it
see
is, yes.
them, like a lot of them now.
Yes,
compared.
and they align with the messaging, of being able to contribute their share towards this climate change agenda.
Yeah, and
yeah. Yeah.
So parang did you imagine it would get to this point already when you started out? Like how many years ago?
No, we started out just celebrating Filipino artisanship,
and
no?
diba,
But
now
which, yeah, but when you see where does artisanship take you, and aside from that, how do you grow the conversation? You can't just keep talking about the same things every year.
I know.
You have to be able to grow the conversation, and you have um, a lot of stakeholders that you will be able to speak about, to your messages of advocacy, of sustainability, of culture and artisanship.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
you've
exactly where we
succeeded very
continue
well, yeah.
to take the conversation forward.
Forward,
Yeah.
and it's become much more interesting and wider.
And for everyone.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay, we'll talk some more about that when we return after a short break.
And this break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, hashtag Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Welcome back to Pairfect. We're still here with Artefino co-founder Miss Cedie Lopez and Vargas, and artist Leeroy and Rey Donaire of Project Nova. So everyone's looking forward to this year's Artefino because there will be a lot more new finds or new discoveries, new stories to be had
That's right.
in that.
Yeah.
So
And as I was saying, we're growing the conversation. So you will be seeing a lot of products that perhaps are presenting new perspectives on how people see their alignment with sustainability.
yeah. So how do you see this going? I mean, in the coming years for Artefino, because there's always something new and it's getting wider and wider. As I was saying earlier, how will you fit them all in
That's the
space?
exciting part.
Diba? And then a lot of them are returning to
Yes,
the fair.
a lot of them are returning, but when they come back, they are partnering or collaborating with others.
galing.
To be able to elevate what it is they do and to show their products in a different light. No? So that's another exciting component of Artefino.
Yeah. So I'm sure like every year you're there, you organize these things, and do you have any particular favorites that you would like to recommend to everyone?
We
who
like
plan to go?
everything we bring to the fair.
Ang hirap, di ba?
No, it's not, because everyone brings their own story, their own message, no? And it creates this whole, no? Which is larger than the sum of its parts.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, nice.
you have to come and experience the fair
Oo
to
nga
see
eh.
everything.
Devote the whole day to exploring
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
And there will be food stalls also?
Yes, yeah.
For-
Because we're Filipinos. When we experience things, we like to experience it through food. No? So we bring you the food that we feel will enhance your experience at Artefino.
Okay, something else to look forward to.
Yeah, you will be able to appreciate Leeroy's sculptures
I was
better
gonna ask.
and Ray's products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oo. Tell us more about your design or what you're building for Artefino
Well,
this year.
yes, so I guess coming from an arts background, I'm kind of like trying to push the
envelope.
retail visual merchandising language
Okay.
and kind of crossing it over to a more contemporary art language, like like an immersive installation experience. You'll see human figures,
Okay.
um,
Human
embellished, cladded with local products that we've sourced from Quiapo and Divisoria, and which all come from different parts of the country, and use these as, I guess, the embellishments for the sculptures. Well, it's tricky to describe. It's more experiential, definitely. Like
Go and see for yourself.
I would concur that it's something that needs to be experienced and visited, and spend not just one day,
Yeah,
spend
all
2 days,
the
3
weekend.
days. Yeah,
Keep going back.
yeah. Because there's so much to see, so many people to meet, and stories to hear and listen to.
I
Yeah.
know. So, and thank you very much for sharing yours this afternoon. And everyone will be looking forward to Artefino Fair this year. But before we go, maybe you'd like to invite our viewers to watch or
We'd
to
like
visit.
to invite everyone to experience Artefino 2024, August 22 to the August 25 at the 5th at Rockwell. See everyone there.
Okay. And how will they need to register?
There they can register, or there are tickets that are sold at the gate. Yeah.
All right,
The
great.
tickets are actually donations to the Artefino
Okay.
advocacy
So that
project.
100% will go to that
100%
nice.
goes to the Artefino
Artefino
project.
project.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to ask about that.
Yes, Artefino is actually the advocacy
Yes, so-
arm of Artefino,
Yes.
and this is actually Artefino was formed as an advocacy.
Yes, from the beginning.
Yeah, an advocacy platform. But through the years, we decided that we had to give more focus to it. No, hence we formed Artefino. Now Artefino is able to focus on looking for grantees, no?
Okay.
Communities that are deserving. No? And so we work with them for about 2 years, and we hope to be able to elevate what it is they do and to get them to more of a level of self-sustainability, you know, in terms of their livelihood. What they do is they create products with us, and which finds their way back to Artefino.
Okay.
No, and so we're able to sell that, and the proceeds go back to Artefino to be able to fund the next grantee.
Okay. So who have been your previous grantees?
We only started in 2017, so we've had Zara One, no, she's now very popular.
Yes.
Her bags, and she worked with the Bagobo Tagabawa community where they do very intricate beadwork. No, so the beadwork you see in Artefino on the T-shirts and on the slippers, no? The slides of Zara. That was the Bagobo Tagabawa. And then they moved on to jackets. They started making jackets and vests as well. Then we had Mike Claparols.
Yes.
No? And with the grant that he got, he was able to create that market for the Lacat sneakers.
Yeah.
This is what I'm wearing today. Yeah.
Show. That was a collaboration with
Pineapple fiber, with Luis Espiritu and Mike Claparols, and
Very
this
nice.
he worked with the Kabangkalan weavers, no, up
Okay.
in the mountains. Then we had Anya Lim of Ant Hill
Okay.
from Cebu, no, and she launched her zero waste line. This is zero waste. Yes, where they weave. First, they take apart all these used clothing, bed sheets, towels from the hotels, and then they reweave it into fabric. So it's rather
Grabe.
tedious.
Oo.
Yeah. But look, they're able to recreate.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, new material, new textiles that are relevant again.
Oo
Yeah.
nga. So that's really the message of Artifino
Yes.
to everyone. You don't just reject things or
Yeah.
dispose of things, and you can really do something else with it, no? Change its form, make it something useful again.
Making it, yeah,
Yeah.
making it relevant again. No?
yeah.
We've had other grants as well. No? We work with Great Women. We worked also with Langkit of Marawi.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ang dami na pala.
marami, marami.
Oo.
Yeah.
This year you're going to
This year we're
reveal-
reopening the grant
Okay,
application,
so, yeah.
and we're looking for a new grantee.
Okay. So it's nationwide and people can just apply, or how do they?
You have to be part of the community of Artifino because you have to be able to understand the values
Okay.
and the alignment that is needed for the grant. Yes.
Very nice. Okay. And Leeroy, anything you would like to share with our viewers? A
Well,
message, maybe?
I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, I encourage everyone, invite everyone to join and check out, hopefully, this new take on the central display for Artifino.
So curious. now.
And calling attention to Artifino, no? With their Sacred
and-
Hearts.
yes. I'm showcasing a limited edition Sacred Heart light pieces that I produced in collaboration with Ilo at iba pa,
Okay.
and the Pokpok craftsmen along España here in QC. So you get to see them as part of the
Light fixtures.
installation. Yes.
Nice. Interesting. And Mr. Donaire, Rey.
We're quite excited to be here once again for the second year,
Yeah.
and very happy to be part of this community, and excited also to show you what we've come up with since the past year. So we have
Okay,
a
so
few
new-
new designs
New
coming up.
designs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, you need to buy a new bag for
I think you
It's
got
very
the laptop
popular
bag.
with
Yes.
the young
Uh,
bikers and
I'm
professionals.
sure, no?
Yeah.
That's so sturdy and
Yeah.
unique. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us on
Thank you, Dinah.
Pairfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Allowing us to
Stories.
talk about
Yes, all
what
these
we
stories.
do.
Oo nga. And we'll keep inviting you every time
Yeah.
because it's so interesting. You always bring out different stories around the Philippines. So very inspiring. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching Pairfect. We'll see you again next week. This has been Dinah Ventura.
And see you at Artifino.
See you at Artifino.
See you.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Meralco.
Isang magandang araw mga kaliwanag at ganun na din sa mga katribu. Nakakalungkot nga ang nangyari sa marami nating kababayan dahil sa pananalasa ng Super Typhoon Karina. Daming pamilya, lalo na sa aming mga customers sa Meralco, ang naapektuhan at nalubog sa baha. Kaya kami sa Meralco naging puspusan ang pagtugon namin sa mga pangangailangan ng aming mga customer nitong mga panahon na ito. Hindi po tumigil ang ating mga crew kahit malakas ang ulan o mataas ang baha sa pagbibigay serbisyo. Mula sa pansamantalang pag-alis ng supply ng kuryente para maiwasan ang aksidente, hanggang sa muling pagbabalik ng supply sa oras na ligtas na ang sitwasyon. Napakahalaga po ng public safety para sa amin dito sa Meralco. Kaya bago po namin ibalik yung aming serbisyo sa mga lugar na lumubog sa baha, o gayon din sa mga nasirang electric facilities, sinisiguro namin na ligtas muna ito para sa lahat ng customers ng Meralco. Ini-inspect po muna ng aming mga tauhan ang mga lugar na nawalan ng serbisyo ng kuryente para malaman kung ano ang naging sira o problema sa aming pasilidad. Kapag nalaman na namin ang naging problema, uumpisahan ng kumpunihin ang mga pangunahing linya ng kuryente. Sa oras na ito, darating ang aming mga equipment at mga kagamitan na gagamitin sa pagsasaayos. Una po naming inaayos ang aming mga linya ng kuryente na nasa main sections. Kapag okay na ang main power lines, ay susunod natin agad ayusin ang mga linya sa mga kali at mga kabahayan. Ito po yung dahilan kung bakit maraming mga bahay ang hindi agad na ibabalik ang serbisyo ng kuryente noong kasagsagan ng bagyo. dahil maaaring wala ng baha sa kanilang kalye pero sa kalapit na mga lugar, lalo na yung sa major sections, ay hindi pa ligtas na ibalik ang supply. Ngayon, fully restored na halos ang serbisyo ng kuryente sa lahat ng apektado at salamat sa magigitin nating mga line crew na 24/7 walang tigil na magtrabaho sa kabila ng bagyo at baha, walang tigil sa restoration efforts doon sa mga lugar na apektado. Saludo kami sa inyong lahat. Bukod din sa pagre-restore at pagsasaayos ng linya ng kuryente, tumulong din po kami ang aming employee volunteers sa Meralco Rescue, sa disaster response, partikular sa mga pagsaklolo sa mga na-stranded dahil sa baha. Agaran din nagbahagi ng libu-libong relief packs ang One Meralco Foundation para sa mga pamilyang pinakaapektado ng bagyo sa iba't ibang bahagi ng aming franchise area. Nakabantay pa rin po kami anumang oras upang agad rumesponde sakali man magkaroon muli ng service interruptions o anumang emergency situations. Layo namin na ayusin ang aming pasilidad na naapektuhan ng bagyo sa lalong madaling panahon. Maaring mag-message ang aming mga customers sa aming mga social media channels kung sakaling may iba pang concerns. Ako po muli ang inyong lingkod, Manong Joe, hanggang sa susunod na episode natin.